Welcome to the course Python Programming for Beginners. In this, as part of web programming, we will discuss about the next subtopic using the developer console to explore hypertext transfer protocol. In our previous lecture, we discussed about sockets as the first topic in web programming. Later, we will discuss how to retrieve and read web pages, then parsing web pages with respect to HTML page, also called as web scraping. In this, we will see using the developer console how to explore HTTP protocol. Okay, under this, using the developer console to explore HTTP, first let us see hypertext transfer protocol introduction, then how to get data from the server, then making an HTTP request, then HTTP request in Python using sockets. Hypertext transfer protocol, that is HTTP, which is the dominant application layer protocol on the internet, invented for the web to retrieve HTML, images, documents, etc. Also extended to retrieve data in addition to documents, especially RSS, which is a web feed. RSS stands for Really Simple Syndication, which is a web feed allows users and applications to access updates to websites in a standardized computer readable format and web services, etc. The basic concept in HTTP: first we have to make a connection, then request a document, then retrieve the document, finally close the connection. These are all the steps involved in HTTP retrieval. The hypertext transfer protocol, what it contains set of rules for allowing browsers to retrieve web documents from servers over the internet. In Python, we can interact with the HTTP protocol by using various libraries, but one of the commonly used library is requests. Using requests library, you can interact with HTTP protocol in Python. Okay, let us see one of the following web link: http www.dr-check.com /page1.html. Suppose you can take any web link. Here we will see the explanation about the components included in this web link. Here first the starting HTTP. What is this one? Our protocol. Whatever we are discussing now, hypertext transfer protocol. This HTTP is a protocol part. Then after colon double slash, here www.dr-check.com. This complete one is called as the host of that web page. Then oblique we called one subpage, for example page1.html or HTML. This is called as the document related to this host. So this is the meaning of a complete web link with HTTP protocol. Okay, then how to get data from the server? Each time the user clicks on an anchor tag with an href value. What is href? Which is a hypertext reference. So href equal to value to switch to a new page. Then the browser makes a connection to the web server and then issues a get request method. So here, what is get request? To get the contents of the page at the specified URL. Then the server returns the HTML documents to the browser which formats and displays the document to the user. So like that, we can get data from the server using get request method. Let us see one example representation. Okay, the same www.dr-check.com /page1 or page2.htm. Okay, now here the bottom part is the browser. So in the what is the URL we called here? www.dr-check.com /page1.htm. This is the browser and the web link. Whenever you can click this web link, you will get the first page. Again, one hyperlink is given. Here you can switch to second page. If you like, you can switch to the second page. Whenever you can click on second page, okay, this is the web page displayed. The message is the second page. Again, if you want to switch to the first page, if you like, you can switch back to the first page. Click on first page, then this first page web page will be displayed. After clicking second page, this is the second page web link. Okay, now through browser you can get this data. Okay, then how to get this data? First, here you can see we are having web server, its port number. Then first sending request to the browser, then using the get method, get followed by the URL, then through that URL, here you can see first browser request to the web server, then server response to the browser. Here the response message, here this is the HTML code. Why? Because we are seeing HTML page. So with heading 1, H1 with angular brackets, the second page, then end that heading, then paragraph. Here P is the paragraph. If you like, you can switch back to the then giving H reference, hypertext reference equal to page1.htm. That is first page. Okay. Here whatever we have given, if you like, you can switch back to the first page. This message. For that, this is the HTML code. Okay, if you can see the flow, now this is the browser. By clicking on the second page, then through browser, it is connected to the web server along with port number, then through request, then the web server response through the HTML code, again that is sent to the web page, that is client. So this we will call it as parser or render. Okay, this is the complete communication. Like that, you can get data from the server. Then how to make an HTTP request? To request a response from the server, there are mainly two methods. First one is get method, second one is post method. Get method, we have to request data from the server, whereas post method, that submit data to be processed to the server. That is the purpose of get and post method. Okay, in Python, how to make HTTP requests? We can use several HTTP libraries, like the main important libraries are HTTP lib, then the second one URL lib, uniform resource locator, another protocol, then requests library. So frequently these three are the important libraries used in Python for making HTTP requests. Okay, let us see first an HTTP request in Python using sockets. Okay, this is the example URL we are considering, data.pr4e.org. Let us say one example site we have taken. Whenever you can open this URL through browser, here you will get various documents with various formats and their size and last modified. For example, you are having the list of files available in this data.pr4e.org, authors.txt, clone.txt. So text files are there. Then cover.jpg, cover3.jpg, image files are there. So again, all are text, even HTML page also there, page1.htm, page2.htm. Okay, here text files, HTML files, image files, like various combination of files are there. Okay, from this URL, you want to retrieve, suppose any of these corresponding files. Okay, earlier we have seen one link. Here, let us see. This is dr-check.com /page1.htm. Like that, whatever the URL followed by slash, you can give the file name, the document name that can be retrieved through sockets in Python. Okay, now data.pr4e.org. These are all the list of documents available. Okay, suppose in this, let us see romeo.txt, what it contains. Earlier you are having here the in that files list romu.txt, bottom to top, the last button. Okay, romeo.txt. If you want to see what is the data available in this text file, yeah, in the URL itself you can type here data.pr4e.org /romeo.txt. Okay, now this is the text file information available in romeo.txt. Here the text is like, but soft what light through under window breaks. It is the east and Juliet is the sun. Arise fair sun and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. This is the sample text available in romeo.txt. So you want to retrieve this information through socket using Python. Let us see the program. Here the file name, named it as html socket.py. You can give whatever the name. Okay, first as usual you have to import the socket module using import method, import socket. Then you have to connect the socket using socket method that can be stored in the object my sock. Okay, equal to socket of socket dot address family internet af underscore inet. Then this is the family. Then this is the type of protocol here, stream protocol, socket dot sock underscore stream. Okay, then you can connect to that sample URL whatever we have considered. Okay, that is data.pr4e.org, comma its port number using HTTP protocol we are using. So 80 is the port number. So my sock equal to dot connect of whatever the URL, give that URL followed by the protocol port number. Then you can get the data from that URL romeo.txt information we want to retrieve. Okay, that can be stored in CMD object by using the get method. Earlier we used get URL, full URL we have to give. The get space http :/ data.pr4e.org /romeo.txt. This is the complete URL. Then the formatting for encoding. So we have to give the protocol http by default the version 1.0 with the standard encoding format with /r/n. Like that you can repeat if you want more than once, the tabbing like. So using the method encode. Then you can send that message using send. So here through socket my sock.send of CMD. Here you can see through networking. So it sends the HTTP URL data to the browser. So that can be stored in CMD, the command. Okay, by checking the condition while true, data equal to my sock.receive, whether that received or not. For example, let us assume 512 bytes. Suppose if length of the data less than 1, then break, then it prints data.decode. So ended with blank space. Then once the data is retrieved or displayed, what you have to do, you have to close the socket. The socket object is my SOCK. You can close using the close method, my SOCK dot close. So this is the simple Python socket program for making HTTP request using the get method. Here get followed by the URL. If you can run this program, directly you can open any of your Python compiler or Python ideally. Here I used Python ideally shell script with 3.10.0 is the version. So if I can run this program, I will get the following output. So here you can see the output HTTP oblique 1.1 200 okay, then date. Suppose today if I will run, today's date is displayed, this is the old one. Again I will run lively, let us see. Then server dot the what is the server, then last modified, then e tag, then accept ranges, then content length, then cache control, then program, then expires, then connection, then content type. This complete part HTTP to this content type is HTTP header information. Then the latter, what is the file name we are retrieving here? In the URL you can see slash romeo.txt. What romeo.txt contains earlier we already seen, but soft what light so and so 1 2 3 4, these 4 lines text. So that should be displayed here. Bottom you can see, but soft what light through under window breaks, etc. Line 1 2 3 4. This is the romeo.text information. This part is called as HTTP body. Then the previous part HTTP to content type will called as HTTP header. Then the bottom one is the text data. That part is the main document what we want to retrieve. That is HTTP body. Okay, you can see the complete flow diagrammatically. First, our Python program, what contains by using socket, we connected, then the sending the request, then receiving the message, everything through socket, then socket through the its corresponding port, let us 80, then connecting to its web page. So in that web page, whatever the document or subpage we want to retrieve or display through networking. So this is the complete flow of the Python program to make HTTP request using socket. Okay, let us run this program lively. Yeah, I can open the Python ideally. So already I saved this program. So directly I will open. Yeah, this is the file name what I made, HTTP request. No, this is not the file name. Let us go back to our presentation. HTML socket.py. This is our file name. HTML. Yeah, this is HTML socket.py. Open this file name. Yeah, this is our code. Whatever the program just now we explained, this is the code. Okay, whenever you can run this program, what is the output you will get? First, manually you can check. Yeah, copy this URL first. What you will get? Open in browser. Suppose here. So I am copying. Yeah, these are all the list of files available in data.pr4e.org. So in this, you want to see the data available in romeo.txt file. Okay, now for that, yeah, copy this one till romeo.txt. Copy in our browser. What you will get? Another new window. Let us see. Here you can see this is the information available. What soft, what light. That 4 lines text available in romeo.txt. Through Python socket, you want to display this information. Whatever the program we have explained just now through that program. Yeah, this is the program. Now under run menu, you can click on run module or simply click on F5. Yeah, if you can click on run module, yeah, let us see. So whatever we explained earlier, the output you can see up to this HTTP oblique 1.1. See, just now today's date is 9th December. Here you can see it is showing Saturday 9th December 2023. Then the GMT time, then the server, last modified. These are the earlier log data related to that web page. So then the bottom we can see the 4 lines. This is the data available in romeo.txt file. Okay, here what we mentioned. So HTTP2 content type is HTTP header. Then the romeo.txt data, that is HTTP body. Okay, now this is called as HTTP header data. Then the last 4 lines is called as HTTP body. Our retrieval document, actual document data. So like that, we can retrieve data from a web page through socket by making HTTP request. So in our program, we used two methods, that is decode and encode. So what is decode and what is encode? So decoding with respect to bytes using the UTF-8 bit format by making strictly errors. That means errors are avoided. We are having another one, byte array dot decode, is the same. So which return a string decoded from the given bytes. Default encoding is UTF-8. Errors may be given to set a different error handling scheme. The default for error is strict. Means that encoding errors raise a Unicode error. There are some other possible values are ignore, replace, and any other name registered through codecs.register_error method. Then another method encode. So encoding means again with our original format, that is in the form of string. str.encode with save standard UTF-8 bit by making error value as strict. It returns an encoded version of the string as bytes object. The default encoding is UTF-8. Here error may be given to set up different error handling scheme. The default error is strict, means encoding errors raise a Unicode error. Other possible values same as previous decode method, encode also, ignore, replace. Additionally, XML char reference replace, then backslash replace, and many other names can be registered via codecs.register_error method. This is about the decode and encode methods purpose used in our program. Okay, finally you can see whatever the example we demonstrated, the complete flow pictorially shown in the following figure. First, let us see our string in Unicode, that is UTF-8 bit format. First, that is encoded through encode method in the format UTF-8 bytes. Then that is sent to network through socket. So again from the network through socket, it receives at the client side again the same format UTF-8 bytes. Then that can be decoded with our original data. So that is string Unicode format. Here you can see the flow. This can be repeated. So encode, send, then receive, decode. This is the flow repeated for every document or whatever you want to read. So that is about the demonstration of making HTTP request in Python using socket. In next upcoming lectures, we will see how to read or how to retrieve web pages. Till then, all of you stay tuned.